Cumberland County is completing construction on its first water system, and soon public water will be available to residents in the Southpoint community, located in southwestern Cumberland County. Engineering and Infrastructure Director Jeffrey Brown updates us on this project.
The Southpoint project has a lot to do with contaminated wells. It's a subdivision located off Chickenfoot Road, close to the intersection of Yarborough Road. Back in 2007, through a rezoning request, it was brought to the county's attention that they had some contaminated wells. The source of contamination was an old gas station, and so the source of contamination was benzene, which is a carcinogen that is a cancer-causing agent. So it was brought to the county's attention. So at that point in time, the county started kind of exploring ways that they could take and undergo to bring safe drinking water to this subdivision. After the county was made aware of the contamination, they took the process of going through a county-wide master plan to determine what areas in the county would need drinking water out in the rural areas that were not currently being served. And as part of that, they broke the county into several districts and identified several districts. And the Southpoint subdivision area with the contaminated wells was identified as the Grays Creek Water District. And so the county then took steps and a process to then bring water to that area. There's been several wells that have been contaminated or identified as being contaminated within the subdivision. So the state has provided safe drinking water through providing them bottled water to the residents that have contaminated wells. Last year, the county tried to implement a process to provide drinking water to the Grays Creek Water District, and they put it in November to a bond referendum. The community of Grays Creek voted the referendum down. There was concern that that was going to open the door to allow the city to move its way into that area. But the county didn't stop there. They realized what importance it was to provide Southpoint subdivision drinking water that they could safely drink and provide for their families. So the county started looking into various ways in which they could fund bringing water to this area. So a couple things happened. They reached out to Robeson County initially to see if that was a possibility to Robeson County to provide the water, and for various reasons that did not work out. So the next step was to reach out to Bladen County. So Bladen County was willing to work with Cumberland County in order to provide water since it was so close to the Bladen County line. And at that point, the county was applying for grants and loans, anything that they possibly could do. The county was able to secure a principal forgiveness loan through North Carolina Department of Environment and Natural Resources through the State Revolving Fund. This is a unique opportunity for Cumberland County because this certainly gives us the opportunity to get in the water business. This is our first water utility. The county owns several sewer systems, but this is the county's actually first water system. So it is unique. We are responsible for the lines, operating the system. The county's going to own the system, and we only pay Bladen County for the water that we're running through the master meter that's being installed as part of this project. There's been approximately 100 properties that were identified that the line is actually going to pass by along the state right-of-way. As part of that process, the county Utilities Division sent out mail-outs to determine the interest by the public as to who would be interested in connecting to the system once the system was brought up and running. And we received approximately 60 of those back, and 2/3 of the people that we received input back were interested in connecting to the system. So we're looking at approximately 40 customers that will be tying on to the line once it is completed. The system was started from a construction standpoint. The county issued the notice to proceed in October this year. County is anticipated to have completion of that project by April of 2013, but based on the substantial progress that the contractor is making, it appears that we'll be able to get that system in operation prior to April. We've been very pleased with the reception from the citizens that we've been able to get. They are very excited for the opportunity for the water. Not only are they excited, the ones that are being able to be served, but we've had several requests from other residents within the general area that have asked about extending the water line to their areas so they can connect in the future as well. I'd also like to point out that citizens can go to the Public Utilities website. They can link to that website from the county's main homepage. So there's a lot of detailed information, and I certainly would encourage citizens to take a look at that And that information is available. It also goes in to talk about our rules and regulations. So if there's interest by citizens or developers about extending lines, they can find that information available on our website.